Welcome to the Endurant Show's Healing Together New Year's mini-series. 4 short episodes designed to help you build more connection and resilience as we head into 2026. If you've been craving support, language for hard moments, or simple tools to feel closer to the people you love, you're in the right place. This series is made possible by our nonprofit, the Endurant Movement. This month, we're looking for 100 people to stand with us in support of Teen Voices, a program featuring real teens sharing honest, unfiltered stories about mental health. Many in our community choose to support this work with a $25 monthly gift, helping ensure these conversations continue for teens and families who need them. If this work resonates with you, we'd love for you to come join us. You'll find a link in the show notes below. Thank you for being here. Welcome to episode 4. This episode is about where we're going next as a movement, as the Endurant Show, as a family, and as a community.
We're going to close the mini-series with clarity, trust, and a shared future.
The theme for season 2 is rebuilding trust. And with that, there are 3 layers of trust that we're going to explore over the arc of season 2. Trust with ourselves, trust with each other, and trust in life again. Exploring trust within ourselves, we're going to be looking at rebuilding trust internally, understanding and rebuilding trust coming out of trauma and grief and loss.
Yeah, I mean, with that, for me, it's happened with my body, trusting my body, allowing myself, to eat when I'm hungry, rest when I need rest, go for a walk and exercise when I need, more energy, just allowing and understanding and starting to rebuild trust around my emotional and energetic rhythms.
And for me, it's showing up as really leaning into and trusting my intuition more. I'd say in the last number of months, I've been really thinking and trying to figure out and solve and do. So it's just letting go and trusting that voice inside, that knowing voice inside, and even allowing trust for that space. So my spirit guides and those around me that can help me creating that space and trust in them as well.
And then in trusting each other, allowing it to be messy and clunky and not trying to fix or solve, but just to hold space. That's been the biggest one for me, I think.
Yeah, for me, what I'm looking forward to exploring even more is trusting that any given situation is not necessarily a catastrophe, because there's been so much loss and so much pain that's created newfound levels of challenge and more specifically new levels of uncertainty. Just being able to step back and be like, wait a minute, this is really, really tough, or this is a big, big challenge, but the world's not coming to an end. My relationship isn't necessarily coming to an end. I will live, God willing, another day.
Yeah. And that's trusting in life again, knowing that we are resilient and that we are still here and we are stepping forward one day at a time. Small steps and small wins, I think, can go a long way for that.
Yeah, very much so. And it creates this universal truth that everyone has had their trust shaken, whether, again, it's loss, stress, silence, conflict, change, challenge, uncertainty. And we're really looking forward to exploring with new guests, new experts, hopefully some surprises that we'll have for you. And of course, building out even more the teen voices part of the Endurance Show. It's so awesome now to have teens behind the cameras, also those that are willing to to step up and share and lead. And we're really hopeful to get some meaningful guests for them to interview. So really exploring as part of that teens and parents rebuilding trust in real time together.
Mm-hmm. And families learning that trust grows in small, repeated human moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we stumble and fall together, but when we pick up each other and get back on our feet again, that it happens through these small movements. So our season 2 will be built on trust, because trust is where we restore emotional safety.
Yeah. And just coming back to the overarching theme of the Endurant Show, it's lived experience through storytelling. So we look forward to the arc of season 2 and bringing in and sharing meaningful, powerful, and significant stories that hopefully will continue to impact and save lives.
So where we're going is we're bringing in families. Family fits into the movement. It's a part of our story. We are a family. This is a family-focused organization and movement, and this is centered around family. And so we'll be looking at how we strengthen connections at home, how we facilitate conversations that help to make changes and to prevent crises, some shared language that we can use. Sometimes I think with teens and parents, they're operating in different universes. And so having, language and communication tools that you can use to help bring these two universes together can be really helpful, can go a long way. And then also just to support multi-generational healing. There are wounds and traumas and challenges that get passed down. And when we can observe and awaken and help to shatter these patterns that have created a lot of pain and discord, we can heal for ourselves, but also for our future generations. So we will be leaning on the teens again and inviting them into the conversation for how we can come up with some of these tools and language that we can share and articulate, how we heal and grow as a family. We can help parents with letting go of the fear of doing it wrong and allowing the space for vulnerability, because that's where strength and growth come in, and letting go of perfectionism. And I know Dr. Gupta has shared with us a lot about how letting go of that need to be perfect and this, no one's perfect, or we're perfect in our imperfect ways. But just letting go of this need to achieve and to perform, it's such a high standard. It's not serving anyone. So when we can acknowledge and embrace that in one another, I think it relaxes the environment and the scene for everyone. And we can just show up in a much more authentic way. And then help to establish rituals and invite opportunities for family rituals and closeness and ways to, reestablish connection. Families are the heartbeat of healing and the foundation of trust.
Yeah. Really looking forward to this season, especially the part about parenting and bringing together what the teens are telling us and where and how we could support them, because fear is such a big part of it, getting it wrong. It's just been such a unique experience personally, since the worst possible thing that could happen as a parent has happened. It's created this possibility and abundance of opportunity for other things, and look forward to having some of these experts and these stories and really bringing this all together to help and support parents in supporting their teens. So what's next for the Endurant Movement? Well, I mean, it's crazy how much we've grown in 7 short months that for us feels like years, but it's just so powerful. So, the number one thing are these endurant communities, these endurant clubs that we've been fortunate to have, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so, most here in San Diego County, but we're grateful to be expanding out into the East Coast as well. Again, that's the most important thing that we've learned in these last 7 months is the teens, they're craving these safe communities and places. And that's the number one thing that the Endurant Movement is focused on in supporting them and creating these.
And that's for connection and to let go of isolation and to provide a space where teens can connect in a safe way with one another.
Yeah. And we're so grateful for the national partnerships that we have. Same here, global. You heard from Eric Cusin, last season, rounding out season 1 for us. The work he's doing to shine a light on mental health is just extraordinary. And the mentor that he's been to us, deepening that relationship. Grateful for our national partnerships with the Phoenix, a more recent partnership with Peace One Day. You've got to check out peaceoneday.org, and these single days that they're having of nonviolence are just extraordinary. And looking to expand relationships with a nonprofit called Stand Together, which is bringing all of these pieces together and providing mental health support and awareness, the Cook Center, and other national partnerships that are emerging. Programs, again, continuing these teen support programs, family education, research. And what I'm really excited about launching and leaning into are programs around post-traumatic growth and spiritual growth. It's been life-changing for me, and I'm really looking forward to leaning into that so much more.
And then community gatherings where we can do events seasonally, circles, workshops, the healing days that we've done. Loved that and continue to want to bring that kind of energy in that space where we can heal collectively together as a community.
And then, of course, the Endurant Show and Teen Voices, deepening into a hub of lived experience and storytelling to create healing and growth. And then signs and synchronicities. I love the spiritual thread of this growth and bringing on some more guests looking even further and exploring even further into the spiritual side of things. It's been so powerful, and the feedback around the guests that we brought in for season 1 has been remarkable. So we're looking to double down on those things as well. Also, as we're growing, we need to hire. You know, it's been amazing. We've referenced so many of the people that have helped us, but by and large, it's been you and me, and it's amazing. And also, we're at a moment of inflection where it's growing so much faster than either of us are really capable of continuing to handle. So as we're growing, we are seeking to bring on a general manager, someone to support the overall operations and organizational backbone of the movement. This is separate from the show. Nicolette will continue leading and producing the Endurant Show and Teen Voices magically and beautifully as she has. This new leader will help steward the wider Endurant ecosystem, operations, systems, partnerships, the connective tissue between all these moving parts that we've been trying to juggle so that Samara and I can stay focused on the vision, the storytelling, serving families, impacting and saving lives. Ideally, this person is talented, energetic, a young professional with a strong organizational instincts. They may be experienced in television or media production. That would be a plus because those are transferable skills and are essential for managing complex creative flows as we scale. But we're open to that. So if you or someone you know sounds like that role, please send them our way. We're eager to get started with them.
Yeah, we're looking for a leader. So
we are looking for a leader.
Come and lead us. So we continue to have a constructive, environment where we're growing together. This is a narrative that we would like to continue. So our friend Jeremy at Peace One Day has a framework that we'd love to borrow. And so our work moving forward, we would like to follow this clear, measurable progression. How it works is inform, inspire, engage, impact, and measure. So just want to touch on each of those. So inform. We are here to help give families clarity, language, and understanding. That is really important for us in awareness being the cure. Inform. We want to create a space where we can share and inform one another.
Number 2 is inspire. Share. Continue to share these real stories and synchronicities that open hearts, connect souls.
Engage, offering tools, rituals, practices, conversations that families can use, individuals can use, both to heal and to support.
And then impact, strengthen homes, build trust, prevent crises where possible.
Yeah, mental health for teens, for families, for individuals, all of it. We are making an impact in this world, and we appreciate your support in doing so. And then measure, track what's changing for teens, parents, families, and schools. So we have some metrics, but if you are feeling impacted and you can help to add to our measurement of success, please let us know. We would love to hear from you to know that we are making a difference in your world. So this framework ensures that Endurant continues to grow in a way that's meaningful, constructive, and sustainable. So again, we've invited you to give us your feedback. We do have a survey. Your voice matters. It matters very much to us, and it will help us to shape next season and future episodes. So share what you're working through. Share what is happening in your life, in your journey right now. Tell us what your family needs. The survey link is below in the show notes. We'd love to hear from you.
All feedback is welcome, critical or otherwise. We never imagined stepping into something like this. And while we're receiving positive feedback and measurable results in terms of impact and lives saved and things along those lines, it is important too to understand maybe what's not working or things that you'd like to see us improve, because the truth of the matter is Endurant is not about the two of us or Anthony or our family. It transcends further beyond that. And this movement will exist for generations to come, being led by far many others than ourselves. So your feedback, positive, critical, or otherwise, is welcomed so that we could shape season 2 in the most meaningful and significant ways.
And we'll continue to be a reflection of your voice and to amplify the voices of those involved in the Endurant movement. So we welcome you. We thank you. We'd like to close our mini-series today with a bit of a ceremony. So I think we're going to first with intention.
Yeah, so the intention that we'd love to set is, what's one moment you didn't think you'd get through, but did? What's one moment you didn't think you'd get through, but did?
And then just to allow yourself that space and grace. Breath, coming back to your breath. Just the simple inhale and exhale. And just let your body be present. And in my background of yoga means union of mind, body, and spirit. That is our whole presence. So inviting that presence of not only your body, but your mind and your spirit. Remember your essence, who you are.
Another thing that we'd like to leave you with is the power of reflection. You know, for me, it's my mind goes to what do we need to do next? What's next? What do we need to get to? What's the next milestone? What's the next thing out there? But reflection is so powerful because when you take that time to look back, you'll inevitably see how far you've come in such a short period of time. And taking those moments to reflect and understand just that and to celebrate how far you've come, the progress that you've made. You know, Tony Robbins shares that progress equals happiness. And I've always found this to be true, but even more so in this year. The Endurant movement has been so powerful, and yet there's a level of responsibility I feel about how fast it's growing and how fast it's happening, and you know that I or we can't keep up. This is the next thing. This is the next thing. But when you take a moment and look back and realize we just shared some ideas March 25th, 2025, and here we are today, and everything that's happening, that power of reflection is big. So I invite you to find some time each day to reflect back and realize how far you've come and the impact that you are having. And to do that, thinking about who did you show up for? Who might have felt your endurance this past week, day?
And then that can be also looked at from another perspective with gratitude and who showed up for you. The question I like to ask a lot of people that I come across in the Endurant movement is, what makes you endurant? And it's really about how do you connect with the Endurant movement? And so the question I ask is, how are you endurant? And the answer I would like to offer you is, I am endurant because when I've asked that question, a lot of times the response that comes back is, I am endurant because I have people to support me. And if you're feeling alone and you don't feel like you have others, there are people available that love you and that want to show up for you. So you can always reach out to the 988 crisis line if you feel completely isolated. Otherwise, do reach out to friends and family. The community is often what provides the feeling of endurance, and I am endurant because of community. So I would invite you to feel and express some gratitude for that community, for who helped you to feel less alone, for who helped you on your journey to becoming endurant.
And then I think integration is a really important piece. See, endurance isn't just being unbreakable, it's choosing connection when life tests you, right? Being endurant, capable of overcoming adversity, doing hard things. And this idea of integration is bringing all of these things together. And also, I find in that is this importance of grace. Right? It's very easy to look back at and think about things I would have done differently or said differently, and just giving yourself some grace and giving others grace as well.
And we thank you for being a part of the Endurant movement, for all the tremendous support that we felt in 2025. And as we transition into and have welcomed this new year of 2026, we invite you to bring in softness and grace. And when you feel that things become hard, that you find strength, that you find community. My hope is that you'll reach out to us and know that We are here for you, and our movement is here for you. And we'd love for you to continue to be a part of this, this connection and this community.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you in season 2.
Thank you.
You are endurant.
We are endurant. Together we grow, live, and love.
Thank you for listening to The Endurant Show. If this conversation moved you, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. To view the conversations, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to be a part of the community, follow us at Endurant Movement. And lastly, if you feel called to support the movement and help us ensure no teen ever feels alone again, visit endurantmovement.org to learn more, and if you can, make a donation. Together we can create lasting change, one conversation, one connection at a time.